Good morning, friends. Welcome to Edu Skills IELTS Made Easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with IELTS learning process. We'll teach you some magic tricks or cute techniques or strategies to crack IELTS exam very easily. Today we'll be looking into a text from IELTS Academic Authentic Practice Test, book number 18, Test 1, Passage 2. Thank you, IELTS, for allowing me to use this for teaching purpose. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you like our work, and share to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum number of IELTS aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling. All these services at Edu Skills are absolutely free. This specific batch in the new year, 2025, January. This is specifically for those who are financially struggling to go through the process of training. A special request is from African countries, especially Nigeria, where the OET exam very expensive. At the same time, they don't have a OET exam centers over there. They will have to travel to Ghana. I'll give you 3 tips to crack IELTS with ease. There are 3 steps that you go through to locate the answers easily. The first one is you have to analyze the question. Find out the hedging words. Hedging words means keywords or the concept words in the question statement. Then secondly, come to the text. In each paragraph, find out the topic sentence. Generally, the first sentence of the paragraph is the topic sentence, and identify the concept word or the controlling idea or the key idea of the paragraph from that particular topic sentence, which contains the main topic of the paragraph. Then go back to the question and match the concept in the text as well as the question. And you will see how easy it is to identify the answers. So let's go to the question. Question number 14. Bad outcomes for a forest when people focus only on its financial reward. Focus only on its financial reward is the key concept. Okay? And second one, question 15. Refer to the aspects of any tree that contribute to its worth. Its worth is the main idea. Mention of the potential use of wood to help run vehicles. To help run vehicles is the concept there. And question number 17, examples of insects that attack trees. So the key concept is insects. And question 18, an alternative name for trees that produce low use wood. An alternative name of the low use wood. Now these are the main idea. Please try to write down these things in a page. Let's go back to the passage and see the heading, Forest Management in Pennsylvania, USA. Forest management is the concept. Let's see immediately the paragraph. Number A. What is the topic sentence? A tree's value depends on several factors including its species, size, form, conditions. So it starts with a tree's value. Let me just highlight it. A tree's value. Now we are just reading the topic sentence. So the concept here, main concept in the topic sentence is a tree's value. And second paragraph, paragraph B. In the past, Pennsylvania landowners were solely interested in the value of their trees as high quality timber. High quality timber. So you have to just write high quality timber. And coming to paragraph C, wood energy markets can accept less expensive wood material of lower quality than would be suitable for traditional timber markets. So here the concept is wood energy markets. So you have to write in the column wood energy markets. And coming to next paragraph, paragraph D. One such approach is called a timber stand improvement cut, TSI cut. Okay, that is the concept. And coming to E, another approach that might yield a high amount of low use wood is salvage cut. So the concept is salvage cut. And coming to paragraph F, shelter wood cut. They are speaking about a cut, shelter wood cut. And G speaks about thinnings and dents and dead removal for fire prevention. So these are the concepts that we have to mark. Now we have to compare these two things. How do you compare? You should have this in the columns. Now let's go to next segment of questions. We now match each purpose with the correct timber cut A, B, C. You have to mark each purpose. See, purpose is given here. It says what is given here is purpose. So these are three purposes. Each one is the purpose of one of these cuts. So a TSI cut, a salvage cut, a shelter wood cut, already we know where it is because already we have seen it. To remove trees that are diseased or diseased trees and to generate income across a number of years. Income across a number of years. And to create a forest whose trees are close in age. Trees close in age. Okay, these are the concepts. So what we have to go immediately, we have to go back to those paragraphs where we have already marked. We have marked here TSI cut and salvage cut and shelter wood cut. So you know where it is. Already we have highlighted in the topic sentence. So immediately we have to come and find out where is this particular. So you know, trees that are diseased, income across number of years, trees close in age, means trees of same age. Now TSI cut, salvage cut, shelter wood cut. The purpose of each. Now let's check. The timber wood cut, the purpose is in the timber cut really poor quality tree and plant quantity is cut down to allow more space. So the purpose is to allow more space. Do we have? No, we don't have in these three options to allow more space, light, and other resources. Okay, these are not mentioned in these 19, 20, or 21 questions. Now coming to the next, immediately you have to go to the next cut. Salvage cut, what is the purpose? Well, first part they say what is salvage cut. Then coming to these types of cut, reduce the number of sick trees. So do we have an option? Yes. Sick trees, trees that are diseased. So ultimately here the option is salvage cut, that is B. And coming here again next, so coming to shelter wood, it leaves a young forest where all trees are at similar point in their growth to create forest whose trees are close in age. So this similar point in their growth means trees close in age, similar age. So again this is shelter wood cut, which means C. Now it can also, this also another purpose, can also be used to develop a two-tier forest that so that there are two harvests and the money that comes in is spread out over a decade or more, which means again to generate income across a number of years. So you have shelter cut again. So these are the three answers. Now coming to next question. Some dead wood is removed to avoid possibility of something. Dead wood removed. So this is the topic idea here. There is the dash from the tops of cut trees can help improve soil quality. So what can improve the soil quality? That's the concept here. Some damaged trees should be left as their dash provide habitat for a range of creatures. Habitat is important here. Some trees that are small, small tree. Example, which tree? One name of a tree example is given. Any trees that are dash should be left to grow. Which trees should be left to grow? They add to the variety of species in the forest. So a type of forest has to be left to grow. Which has to be left to grow to add the variety. Now what we have, usually the answers are in a progressive mode, and what we have is paragraph G, from where we have to find out these answers. So you can see here remove, thinnings and wood removal. See, remove is the word that takes you to here in the topic sentence you have removal. For fire prevention, some dead wood is removed to avoid the possibility of fire prevention. Avoid the possibility of fire. So that is the answer, fire. Okay, so answer here will have to be fire. Avoid the possibility of fire. Coming to next, the dash from the tops of the trees can help improve soil quality. Speaking about soil quality, improving the soil quality. The trunk of trees that have been cut down should be left on the side so that their nutrients cycle back into the soil. This means, again, see here, the tops of trees that have been cut down should be left on the side so that their nutrients dash the nutrients from the, so this is the answer, nutrients, yes. Now, some damaged trees should be left as their dash provide habitats. In addition, when there is a sequential word, in addition, subsequently, secondly, thirdly, there's a clue, the next comes an answer. Trees with many cavities are extremely important habitats. Trees with extremely important predators like, yeah. So what should be left? Some damaged trees should be left as their dash provide habitats for a range of creatures. Habitats, trees with many cavities. Their cavities provide habitat for a range of creatures. It's also important to remember that not all small trees are low use. For example, many species like hawthorn provide food for wildlife. For example, such as many species like hawthorn, the example given. Some trees that are small, such as hawthorn, are a source of food for animals and insects. So, hawthorn is the answer. And any trees that are there should be left to grow as they add to the variety of species in the forest. Finally, rare species of trees. Any trees that are there should be rare species of trees in a forest should also stay behind as they add to its structural diversity. Okay, varieties of species in the forest. So, what trees should be left? Any trees that are there should be left. Rare species.
Now paraphrasing. Question says, question number 22. Some dead wood is removed to avoid the possibility of fire. Text says dead wood removal for fire prevention. Now question number 23. The nutrients from the tops of cut trees can help improve soil quality. The text says the tops of trees that have been cut down should be left on the side so that their nutrients cycle back into the soil. Question 24 says some damaged trees should be left as their cavities provide habitats for a range of creatures. But the text says trees with many cavities are extremely important habitats for the insect predators. Question 25 says some small trees such as hawthorn are a source of food for animals and insects. But the text says small trees, for example, hawthorn, provide food for life. Question 26 says any trees that are rare should be left to grow as they add to the variety of species in the forest. The text says rare species of trees in a forest add to its diversity. This is called paraphrasing. This is the crux of your success in your IELTS exam. So practice this, write down and practice the question statement and the statement, the text, how they have paraphrased. By practice, it becomes your second nature. As you read immediately, it clicks into your brain. So practice, practice, and practice. Within maybe this passage takes as per the criteria, means there are 3 passages in IELTS reading text, and this is one of them. The time limit to complete the 3 passages is 60 minutes, and this is the second passage. As per the time allotment, you have 20 minutes, but we can complete it in 10 minutes. So let's beat our greatest enemy, that is time.
So let's look at the structure of this particular paragraph.
Let's check, see the concept, first concept, thinnings and dents and dead wood removal or for fire prevention. That's the first concept. Then you have contrast word, however. Then you have a new concept which says some retention of raw wood is very, very important. Then why? What is the reason or what's the advantage? First advantage is given here. The tops of trees that have been cut down should be left on the side so that their nutrients cycle back into the soil and hence the quality of the soil. Advantage 2, in addition, the sequential expression. Trees with many cavities are extremely important habitat for insect predators. Advantage 3, it's also important, another signal given. See, not all small trees are low use. For example, many species like hawthorn provide food for wildlife. Advantage 4. Finally, the sequential expression. Finally, rare species of trees in a forest should also stay behind as they add to its variety or its richness.
And you know the structure goes like this: the concept, then you have the contrast word, then you have a new concept, then you have advantage 1, advantage 2, advantage 3, advantage 4. This is called as providing structure or cohesion and coherence. Even in your writing segment, you need to adopt all these in your writing. So every paragraph should have a structure. When you practice the reading module, it's also a practice for writing and listening, even speaking. So the paragraph structure: first concept, thinning sentence and dead wood removal. Means dead wood removal is the main concept. First sentence, concept given in the first sentence, but there is immediately after the first sentence there is a contrast word which says whatever comes after the contrast word is important. However, is the contrast word. New concept is some retention of low use wood is very important. First sentence said about the dead wood removal, but however, the new concept says some retention, some low use wood has to be retained. It's very important. It's very it's very important to retain some low use wood. Now you know what are the importance, what are the advantages, what are the reasons, why do you say that should be retained, all the dead wood, low use wood or dead wood should not be removed. So advantage 1, reason 1, the tops of trees that have been cut down should be left on the side so that their nutrients cycle back into the soil. Means enhances the tops of the cut trees the branches will enhance the quality of the soil. Advantage 2, trees with many cavities are extremely important habitats for insect predators. For insects, trees with cavities are very important. They are their habitat, so let them remain in the forest. Don't remove them. Advantage 3, small trees, for example, hawthorn, provide food for wildlife. Some small trees are the food for wildlife, so let them remain, don't remove them. Advantage 4, rare species of trees in a forest add to its variety. To keep the forest rich and with a lot of varieties of species, let rare species remain, don't remove the rare species. So that's what the 4 reasons or advantages of retaining low use wood in the forest is given in this paragraph. So this is the paragraph. These are the words, linking words or the clue words. It's important. In addition, it's also important. Finally, it's important. In addition, it's also important. Finally, so before every answer you have a clue, a sequential expression. So these are known as sequential expressions. So this is the paragraph structure. Some retention of low use wood is very important. Is the basic concept. As I said, in the first sentence you have a concept, but after, however, the most important concept or the focus of this particular paragraph is given. So when you think of topic sentence, as I said, most of the time the first sentence is the topic sentence, but sometimes these are the exceptions. The second sentence will be the topic sentence or the controlling idea of the paragraph. So this is the main idea of the paragraph. You know, this triangle, this represents a paragraph. This is one of the first models of paragraph. I'll be teaching you different 4 models of paragraphs, how to understand those paragraphs and so on. Now, why should you retain low use wood? Why? So the reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, reason 4. This is the beautiful structure. And all those 4 reasons are the answers. So structured sequence, point, problem, reasons discussed, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. This is known as cohesion or coherence. Some other paragraph may have this structure, point and a problem given, then solutions discussed. Solution 1, solution 2, solution 3. And some paragraphs can have another structure. For example, benefits of rice. So that will explain benefit 1, benefit 2, benefit 3, benefit 4, so on. So challenges in your IELTS learning process. There are a couple of challenges, very, very important. Mind them. Illusion of competency. You will definitely, this is the greatest enemy or one of the greatest enemies that will kill you. That will kill your competence. Now, illusion of competency means you practice a lot of materials, so long. How many weeks, how many months? I have been practicing more than a year or 2 years. And you feel you have practiced it a lot. And it gives the illusion of competency. Yes, I have practiced, I am competent. That's only an illusion. Your quantity of practice will never guarantee you competency in IELTS, but the quality of your practice is important, what we are going to focus on. And knowledge, skill, competency. Knowledge has to be converted by practice, strategic practice. Why? Smart work, using the strategies. Knowledge has to be converted into skills, using the strategies by constant practice. That becomes competency. Knowledge, practice, consistent practice becomes a skill. So, knowledge by consistent practice. I mean, consistent. There should not be a gap. Every day, a small amount of time, and practice consistently, and you will have the skills, right? Reading, listening, writing, and speaking. And we call it KS. Knowledge, attitude, and skill is important. You should have the knowledge. At the same time, you should have a very positive attitude, confidence. Along with the competence, you have to build up your confidence and the skill. So all these things are required. Just knowledge will not help. Most of you have practicing, and practicing again. You gain knowledge, but your attitude, confidence is not okay, or you have not converted knowledge through consistent practice into skill. That is the main challenge. Challenge 3, practice a little but consistently. Okay, practice a little. Don't practice too much. Don't get exhausted by your practice. Enjoy the learning process and practice a little every day. Fix a time, a great time to fall in love with this learning process. Then consistently, see that you do it every day, at least 5 days in a week. And fourth one, have a mentor. One mentor. I don't say which mentor, any mentor you can take up, but don't go behind all the mentors. They have different approaches that will not help you in any way. Select one mentor, go as per his guidance or his or her guidance. Challenge 5, guided practice. You need to be guided in your practice. Don't practice here and there randomly. Just go step by step. Have patience is the key. Having patience is the key. We call another thing, the challenge is lack of CLC principle. Means you should have clarity of purpose. You should be able to say, I'm practicing IELTS. I am learning IELTS. You should be able to state it publicly. That says you have a clarity of purpose. You should be clear. I want to go to my dream country. My goal should be very clear. Okay, that first stands for clarity of your purpose or goal. Second one, love of the process. You have to love the whole process of learning. IELTS practice. You have to fall in love with the reading passages, listening, speaking, and writing the essays. I'll be teaching you how to fall in love with IELTS practice tests. And if you want to fall in love with IELTS practice test, first thing, start saying, I love IELTS. I love IELTS. Put it in the comment space. I love IELTS. If you love IELTS, if you want to fall in love with IELTS. And third, C stands for compounding effect. Every day you should feel that I'm improving. I'm improving bit by bit. Gradual improvement. That you should feel. That is the compounding effect. That's the energizing factor that keeps you keeps you in the track of practice or learning process. So these are the 6 challenges that you have to be consistent. Keep them written on a big sheet of paper, maybe a drawing sheet, and fix it in front of your learning table where you can see every day, and remind yourselves before you start practicing these 6 points. Be happy and let's fall in love with IELTS. Great. May God bless your efforts. We'll enjoy. You can join the group. You can join the batch that begins next month. That's 2025 January. And please join the group. The link description is given below. You can join the batch, but make sure that you have at least 5 days in a week, 60 minutes to do your task. So if you have at least 60 minutes every day to practice or to complete the task, please join the new batch. We will go you. Edu Skills is a free platform. We will not charge you anything. If anyone asks you for any payment, they are not from Edu Skills. Edu Skills training programs for all the competitive exams like OET, IELTS, TOEFL, BD, all OSCE, CBT, all these competitive exams is absolutely free, no charges. Thank you. God bless you.